beautiful you. In this video I would like to explore a bit more about the intensive that I'm going to start on Sunday, June 14th, which is called the 5-day Expand Your Expression Intensive. And it came to me last Sunday, in the weekend of the full moon, the eclipse, and the 6/6 portal. So I woke up and I felt this building pressure inside of me, like, we can do more. I can do more, we can do more. And I was like, well, so what is it that I can contribute even more compared to what I'm doing now, to the collective consciousness? And then, cling, it dawned on me, and it was you helping others, facilitating others in opening up the throat, and with that opening up the multidimensional channel that we are, so that we, through our beings, our vessels, can receive more of the higher dimensional wisdom that can help us move through the transformative times that we find ourselves in. And when I felt that, it was just boom, one explosion of inspiration. And so, in short, it's going to be 5 days with 15 minutes every day, a 15-minute transmission every day, in which it's all going to be online via Zoom. Everybody will be muted, and I will be bringing forth light language and cosmic sounds. And then I ask from you, from everybody who's participating, to tune in on what is going on inside of your being. Connect with your sensations that you feel somewhere, with your emotions, and allow it to dance through your throat out into the open. So express what is going on inside of you. And that way you're giving a voice to what wants to be expressed. And expression without words can be so liberating, because then the mind doesn't have to, it wants to, but it doesn't have to catch up with what's going on, where does it come from. No, it's just like it just wants to come out, right? And something that I feel like sharing, how I came to this, what I'm doing now these years. It all started in 2010. That's when I had a big awakening. I then called it burnout, but it was just my waking up moment. And I started writing in my diary. I did that for 9 years, 5 hours every day, average. Sometimes there was one day without writing, and then there were 2 days of writing 10 hours a day. And I just felt from within that was my way of taking off the lid of the pressure that I could feel sometimes inside of me. And it didn't have to always be very dramatic, but it learned me how to connect with what was going on inside of me, right? And I gave it words, so I started writing. I started writing just by starting to write down what I felt, maybe in my throat or in my left ear, right ear, or in my belly or whatever. And I just started writing what I saw or felt. And by writing that, emotions started to come up. or energy started to move, and I gave it a voice. And that's what I did for all those years. So in that way, I learned to give every single hidden aspect inside of me a voice. But then at some point in 2019, I realized I am actually not writing anymore. That's when I actually already was doing the light language and the cosmic sounds. So then I realized, so now I don't really need to write about it anymore, because then the mind is still quite involved, which is perfect, of course, because that's what was needed as well and is needed. But then I realized, whoa, by tuning in with the sounds, woof, it can be released quite instantly sometimes. But I'm still saying, by the way, that writing could be a great suggestion if you haven't already started it. And for me, that practice of writing every day, it was just my way of meditating and of my inner expression. So that is how I learned to start to give a voice to every single part of me and of every single thing, memory or whatever that was still inside of me. And that is how I learned to be my own energetic vacuum cleaner. And that is how I learned how to be an energetic vacuum cleaner for other people too, because I can, by connecting with you, I can pick up what's going on inside of you. But let's just keep the focus on how you can do this for yourself. So this 5-day intensive that is going to start this Sunday is all focused on how can you open this, expand this, and become your own vacuum cleaner, right? And there are more things that we're going to work on. And I'm gonna read some things to you now. And by the way, 15 minutes per day might not sound like much. But if you are going to be focused and be very committed to making sounds together for 15 minutes, it can be quite intense, but very effective, I feel. Let's go back to what I will read you something. So becoming your own energetic vacuum cleaner. When you open up your throat, you allow imprisoned energies to be released. The pressure of hot steam in a water cooker can only be discharged when the lid is taken off. You don't have to depend on someone else to help clean your energy field. Of course, it can absolutely ease, deepen, and accelerate your process. But you have so much power in your own hands when you discover how effective your own vocal expression is. Another one, letting go of restrictive belief systems and dysfunctional inner dialogue. By saying yes to your inner voices, all the facets of your inner diamond, and allowing them to express themselves in all the way, you allow your life force to circulate freely. And by opening up to that powerful inner fire, layers of resistance will dissolve as stones dissolve in hot lava. So imagine that you were a small girl or a small boy and you fell on the ground and you bumped your head and you had this lump on your forehead. You cried for 15 minutes. And then somebody came along and said, come on now, continue playing again. I see the bump, but it's fine, you continue playing. So you continue playing, but then still actually subconsciously you stop crying, but subconsciously you haven't cried the other 10 minutes. So what do? You put them somewhere in a metaphorical, symbolic pocket. And that's, in the course of your life, how you fill up more pockets in the jacket that becomes more and more heavy, because you haven't expressed every single thing that you have felt completely. And that's very natural for us, because we're used to maybe feeling some things and then, okay, now we're done, let's continue. But this is going to help you to release that pressure and empty out the pockets in our jackets. And then finally we can even leave the jacket behind. So with that, we're also going to reactivate our multidimensional channel. This is a journey of remembrance in which you get reconnected more and more with the depth of source consciousness, your divine essence, your multidimensional self. In this way, you can become more able to effortlessly work together with higher dimensional energies that bring inspiration, healing, and solutions that go beyond the comprehension of your mind. And that's what we need in the world right now as well, right? Solutions that come from something bigger to be able to dissolve what we've been creating with, as a collective, with our minds. In that way, it becomes easier to step aside, let go of your tendency to understand and control, and then you learn how to surrender to that inner and higher guidance and how to let life happen through you. Another one, manifesting your inspiration in the physical reality to assist in and contribute to the present light speed evolution of our collective consciousness. Listening to your inner voice and acting accordingly in your own personal world is a very valuable first step. But it doesn't stop there. We need more of us. We need to come online with more of who we are. The next step is to increase our contribution to the world by stepping out into the open, expanding your borders and coming out of the spiritual closet. That can be scary. I know all about it. Remembering your soul's commitment to help transform our Mother Earth into a peaceful place again. This means radiating your inner wisdom beyond your comfort zone. That is why you incarnated in these transformative times. You are a bringer of light, spreading it far and wide. Speak up when you feel the desire to share your perception, and take frequent, practical action so that your high vibrational inspiration can be manifested into the now moment. That's how you create heaven on Mother Earth, home, a feeling of home. It's all about consciously saying yes to your inner yes as a prerequisite for the ongoing unfoldment of your inner mission, your soul's mission. And then there are quite a few people that I've already been working with that are already used to making all kinds of sounds or speaking light language as well, and even people who are really doing brilliant work with other people too. And I'm so happy that that is now spreading more and more. To me, sometimes it really feels like those sounds are actually also a way of communicating in New Earth. So for people who are already have already been exploring so many different sounds and light languages, etc., it feels like because we are going to connect with a big group of people and with the sounds that are going to come through me, it feels as though we can even explore more new sounds maybe, or explore even deeper layers of maybe sabotaging belief systems, etc., to be able to connect even deeper with your inner voice. And then another one is being in service of the world and assisting others in discovering their inner light. So you are of a great value in your role of light bringer and frequency keeper by sharing your inspiration, creativity and passion with others. Be it a family member, a friend, a client, or a group of people, you are invited to share your sparkles and contribute in that way in raising the vibration around you. Is it art? Is it the upbringing of your children, your passion for healthy living, your compassionate way of listening maybe, or your capacity to shine light on one's challenging situation? Whatever it is, if it is connected to your joy, it's connected to your heart. And that's how you can make a difference. When you expand the expression of your inner voice, the engine of your light, you acknowledge what lights up your passion and joy, and that makes it even grow bigger and brighter. That's how you will discover every next step of the path of your liberation. And this will also lead you to unboxing yourself. So by allowing yourself to follow your energy, your inner energy flow, and express it in whatever way possible, you will meet outdated constructive boxes of mental judgment. You then have a choice. Do you either submit to that constructed box that you've made in the last years of your life? Or do you say yes to the innate force that frees you from your inner imprisonment? You will then, if you choose the latter, release your illusionary change and rediscover your playful nature, your inner joy. That's how you clear and expand your multidimensional channel, through which then higher knowledge and elevated frequencies of your higher self can effortlessly stream into your present reality, adding great value to our collective consciousness. Subconscious questions of how something needs to fit in a box or match expectations will become a pattern of the past. You'll then let go of your mental approach and feel increasingly more comfortable in blindly trusting your inner compass. By connecting to your vast potentiality, the flow of creative and transformative power will relatively easily overcome any bump or hurdle you find on your path. You will leave the third and fourth dimensional reality behind and plunge into new earth reality. That's where the mind is in service of your soul. And then there are quite a few of us that have been living as maybe sound healers or have been working with sounds already in other lifetimes. And now, for many of us, it's time to remember and retrieve those memories and those sometimes lost parts of our souls, and to bring it back into the complete puzzle that we are, so that we can effectively work with those sounds. again, and transform the maybe traumatic experiences that we had before in other realities, in other lifetimes. So what is going to happen in the transmission, in every transmission? I am going to tune in on every single one of you that is going to participate, and the sounds that are going to come through are going to have their impact specifically for what you need at that moment. So it's gonna work as laser light beings, as laser light beams of light through your resistance layers. So sometimes, because I've been doing these voice activations, we can call them, already for a while right now in one-on-one sessions, and then it feels like intergalactic beings come through that then create these energetic surgeries and help us to bring back and activate our inner voices. And in that way we can release deeply, deeply rooted old energy on all levels, mentally, energetically, emotionally and physically, to be able to become fully free to express whatever we feel bubbles inside of us that wants to come out and be of an inspiration for ourselves to begin with, and then maybe also with some people around us, and maybe also with a lot more people around us. So it's gonna start this Sunday, June 14th at 9 p.m. CEST. It's gonna be 15 minutes every day for 5 days, meeting on Zoom. We will be connecting on a private Facebook group as well, where you can just ask me whatever question you have. You can contact me through WhatsApp. I will be available during those times, during those days, to help you with whatever you need. And the way how I would like to the way how you could contribute is by donation basis. So I invite you to validate this journey and by experiencing what's going on inside of you, and then you can decide whatever you'd like to contribute. It's a new way for me to work, but I'm very confident that that is a very nice way to be working together. And if you're not able to join the live transmissions, you can also listen to the transmissions later. I will be posting them in an online learning environment that I have on my website, and that you will get access to when you subscribe. And you can listen to the transmissions later, at a later time as well. Then I do want to invite you to still have that commitment while you're listening to the transmissions, to really express those sounds that are going on inside of you at that moment, so that the program is still having an interactive effect on you and bringing out whatever is there inside of you, because that's one of the most the greatest effects that I feel is this that this intensive is going to have. Thank you so much for listening. I just wanted to share this. I'm looking very much forward to this journey. There are already quite some people who have been signing up and joining, and I'm receiving many enthusiastic comments. So thank you all for being here in this time of great transformation, great awakening, and let's all do our part. That's the most we can do, right? I love you guys. I love you, and all the best. Many blessings. Bye.